translating it well enough. That's not their fault. I used to be like that. Like I used to get mad when my bars weren't recepted, and then I realized like I put it in an analogy. It was like if my phone, if your phone was as complicated to use as it was to make, would we be fucking using phones? Like, nobody would be fucking using
That's fucking good.
Yeah, so like now that burden is on me, and since I've come to terms with that, I feel like that's what's pretty much made Jey the Night Wing. In a sense, I've had to dumb down my material, but in more of a sense, it's more like I've swooped down to carry them back up to the understanding that I have. Like, because now they're watching. Now they know I have bars, so they're gonna pay attention. So every battle, I can stretch it a little bit.
Exactly, and there's something to be said about like them learning how to listen to you.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
And you just gotta kind of like.
You gotta just stay consistent.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Like,
just stay consistent.
Paul, like you just keep on, and pretty soon they're doing backflips for you. Like.
Yeah, and there's just little things that that I hear that I've changed. Like I used to do, like even against you, I did it. And a couple other people, I love, because I always thought of my rounds as like stories, having a beginning, a middle, and an end. You know what I'm saying? So I'd always have these beautiful 8-bar intros to get it in, or maybe even 12 bars, and then I start going back-to-back punches, in the middle, where the meat and potatoes is. But then I would just hear people be like, in their recaps, well, it took Mark a little bit to get started, took AKA a little bit to get cooking, but then he started cooking, and I'm like, no, it didn't take me a little bit to get cooking. I was setting it all up. So I realized lately you'll see in my battles that I just come out and I start punching back to back to back to back. But against Blast, I had an intro. You know what I'm saying? I went back to the intro. But just little things like that I've been changing. You know what I'm saying? Like people, they just want bars back to back to back. They want the very first thing you say to be a fire bar, and everything after that to be better than that first bar.
For real.
And then the end, a mega bar, and then...
That's kind of... That's kind of because we're real. This whole generation is like really attention deficit problem. Like we like.
Can you blame it? Blame it though?
I'm even guilty of it, man. I'll watch a battle, and then like 4 bars in, we'll decide whether or not I finish watching it now or I go back to jacking off or some shit. Like I'm like really bad with that. Like I'll share and like the shit and all that, but then like when it comes to watching it, I'll be sitting here like. Like you gotta punch immediately, like AM's kind of shit. Like you niggas is baby shit.
Is that why he does that?
Yeah, like
that's fire.
But yeah, like I try to.
Maybe that's what we should do. Like your very first line should just be some outrageous.
Yeah, like basically, like with Star, I try to. I've been doing this a lot. Like I'm hoping it doesn't become too predictable. Like with Boomer, I did it. I said, some of y'all might be wondering why I chose to accept this battle. It's like a new habit. I be going through these battle leagues just to see who's wackest. Like set it up. ABL don't got respect enough for us new classes. I say fuck how they feel, but they won't know that it's real until I remove Jacket. Let's get to it, Boomer. Like the first 4 bars will be like, yeah.
That shit's hard.
It'll be like set up and like a minor punch that you know something hard's coming after that. But I introduce that rapper that I'm battling after that. Like I did it with Famous. Like some shit that they'll never be. But what's up with you, Famous? Like, what's up with you, Famous? Let's get to it, Boomer. The loons I probably nah.
It's good to set the stage too, because like people that aren't up to par what's going on now, like. No, and like against Mike Simpson, I had to say his name at the very beginning because I knew later I had O.J. Simpson lines.
Yeah,
you know, and they would have never caught the Simpson shit if they didn't know his name was Mike Simpson. So at the beginning I said, the D Goods Mike Simpson, and I made sure I said Mike Simpson out loud so later on they could get the bar, you know?
Yeah, and I was thinking about doing that because I had an Everybody Loves Raymond bar. And I didn't really have a way to introduce his name later because I wanted to play with Morehurst, like his last name and whatever. But I was like, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like, is there a way that I can make it sting, or am I just forcing it?
Mm-hmm.
That everybody loves Raymond shit. It's not forced. It's just. So I guess with my mannerisms, I have to present it in a way that, like, you know, without knowing that that's Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I said everybody loves Raymond though. So like with that mannerism, it's like, okay, his name must be Raymond.
Absolutely.
So, like, yeah. So
they say what is 90% of communication is not speaking.
Yeah, it's body language.
Yeah.
And like that's one thing. You can tell, like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like,
They say that's huge for dancing and for actors. The number one problem they have is they don't know what to do with their hands.
Yeah.
In acting scenarios, acting out like any type of scene, like what would you be doing with your hands in that scenario?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like that's it's
and
interesting.
you can't possibly know until your mind is literally in that scenario. Like your consciousness is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're not acting. Like you're mimicking, and it shows.
Exactly. Like teams like practicing for Russell Wilson with like Johnny Manziel or something. You're just like mimicking it, but it's not real until you actually have Russell Wilson scrambling in that backfield.
For real.
That's fine. Word, let's go to that vape shop.
All right.